You need to take your head out of Trump's ass and start doing your representation of us.
Finally, somebody tells these centrist Republicans what they need to hear. Take your head out of Trump's fat orange ass and do something.
I am pissed, and I'm pissed at you. Get Trump out of office.
You're not going to find any gold in there, and you're definitely not going to find any loyalty. Constituents like this guy, Fred Higginbottom, are smart enough to understand and see right through Trump's lies.
Do you think we're idiots?
I've got the full clip later in the video, so if you guys want to jump straight to that, go ahead and check the timestamps down below. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe to Really American. Republican Representative Mark Alford from Missouri held a heated town hall last night that resulted in him getting quite the talking to. It seems like he chose to ignore party leadership advice to not hold in-person town halls, either because he's dumb or he's arrogant. Fred Higginbottom, who's the man from the clip, wasn't about to let this slimy, mealy-mouthed cornball get away without an earful, especially because he's a farmer, and Trump has basically abandoned America's farmers. We'll touch on it more after the clip, but what's wild is that Alford gives a horrible response to this teardown because he says he doesn't agree with Trump in some areas, but he's not going to try to change his mind because Trump is nearly 80.
I inherited a century farm from my father because he was born, raised here. My great-great-grandfather helped open this university. I am pissed, and I'm pissed at you because I have emailed you because it's easier for me than to try to talk on the phone without profanity. I would appreciate you taking your father's U.S. Constitution book, read it, study it, make your own lines underneath it, and get Trump out of office. The man is a dictator. He knows nothing about what he talks about. I listened to him for about a half hour today, and I got sick at all the lies he brought up. Now, I'm about ready to lose my farm. Do you know why? I'm sure you don't know why.
Lose your what, sir?
Farm.
Farm?
Yeah.
Why is that, sir?
Because Missouri does not have wills. They have trust. They have legal zigzags. And a trust, most people don't know anything about. So I'm dealing with a state that's a crooked state, doesn't care about what farmers happen. The only reason why we have farmers today is because the federal government funds them. How much money of our tax money goes to farmers? Farmers work very hard, but they're funded by the federal government, not by selling groceries. That's what Foster Farms and all of those characters, that's where they get their money. The price of steaks, $20 a pound, because of big business. You want to straighten out the budget? Start taxing corporations and the wealthy, like we've been telling you. Do you think we're idiots? Do you think we don't pay taxes? Do you think that we don't have to make budgets? You talk about half-truths when I listen to you. You know nothing about taking care of children because you've always had a really good-paying job. You know nothing about what a working-class citizen does. Come down here. Come down here and start trying to pay your medical insurance. Come down here and walk into Costco to try to feed your family, to feed your kid that's moved out, to feed your great-grandchildren. I had a very good job in California, and I'm able to feed my family, and it goes all the way to great-grandchildren. You're not helping me. Believe me, you're not helping me. You need to take your head out of Trump's ass and start doing your representation of us.
Thank you. Did you say your name's Fred?
Yeah.
Fred, thank you so much, and I appreciate your passion, your love for our country.
I served 4 years for it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate your service. I do. You're right. Our farmers have not had a great deal. I do believe that the so-called subsidies or the safety nets that farmers receive are imperative to their survival. They have to have crop insurance, and the crop insurance is so expensive that the government steps in and helps them out with that. I think that is a worthy investment to make sure that we can eat as Americans and that we can help feed the world. And I will stand by that. And that's why we had these programs expanded in the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, H.R. 1, and I will stand by that. Did that answer your questions?
I'm going to take your nose out of his thing.
Okay. Look, let's have a show of hands here tonight. This ought to be fun. How many of you voted for Joe Biden? Okay. How many of you voted for Donald J. Trump? Okay. Probably a little more Biden than Trump, and that's fine. I voted for Trump. I'm not the best of friends with Trump. I've met him maybe 5 or 6 times. He's a totally different person in person than you would see on television. He's almost 80 years old. If you think I'm going to change Donald J. Trump, I have got. Say that again.
Quit letting him get by with unconstitutional items such as arming.
All right, Fred, we're going to give the mic to somebody. Where's the mic?
In saying that he's using an old dogs can't learn new tricks excuse as a reason why he's not going to give Trump any pushback. This is also known as being a fucking coward. I think this section here of the Trump abandoning farmers article from earlier perfectly explains the problem that farmers are having right now. Proponents of Trump's trade policies, which most of these farmers are for some reason, hope the tariffs will bring China back to the negotiating table. The problem with Trump's more expansive and erratic tariff strategy this time is that it risks alienating trade partners and further destabilizing markets, which in turn would drive down crop prices, Maples explains. Farmers base yearly planting decisions on what they can reasonably expect to earn for each crop, and the president's on-again, off-again tariff have made these projections significantly more tenuous. You can't plan well when there's so much uncertainty. As long as we're dealing with this, it's going to be hard for prices to recover. And that's according to Will Maples, a professor of agricultural economics at Mississippi State University. While most farmers are Republicans and therefore still backing Trump, even though it's destroying their businesses and livelihoods, they're essentially staying with him because they believe that this is a big gamble, that there will be temporary pain now for extraordinary gain later. Now, why would you gamble with a man who literally bankrupted a casino? I don't know, but I for one am going to put my money on all of these MAGA farmers begging for a bailout in the coming years. And I'm not sure how, but they'll find a way to blame the left for all of their problems like they always do. So stay up to date on the kind of news that MAGA and Trump doesn't want you to know by subscribing to Really American. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.